Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Uh, Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to discuss the topic AI tools for e-content development and presentation. Now, before I start my presentation, I would like to wish everybody a happy English Day. Today is English Language Day, as it is also the birthday of William Shakespeare. So I come from English background. I'm an English teacher. So that is why I'm wishing everybody. And English is a language which connects all parts of India. So with that thought, let us continue our presentation today. The contents of my presentation are introduction, definition, origin, common uses of AI, types of AI, what is e-content, types of e-content. Next, please. Developing e-content, stages of developing e-content, strategies of developing e-content, AI tools for education, free AI tools for educators, advantages of AI tools, disadvantages of AI tools, and finally, conclusion. So let us dive into our topic, artificial intelligence, also known as AI. So, artificial intelligence is not a substitute for human intelligence. It is a tool to amplify human creativity and ingenuity. This famous quotation is by Fei Li. Fei Li is a faculty who works in Stanford University and who is a pioneer in teaching AI. Okay. So, artificial intelligence, according to Miss Lee, is a substitute for human intelligence. Many people wonder what is artificial intelligence. It is not a substitute, she says. It is something like a tool which will amplify human creativity and ingenuity. Means artificial intelligence will not create something that is not known to people. It will simply elevate what we already know. So it is not superior to us because we created it. Eh, Definitely, human beings are superior to anything created by them, isn't it? When we create something, it can't be greater than us. Similarly, artificial intelligence also is a tool which will elevate our own thinking and ingenuity. Okay? So, next slide, please. What is artificial intelligence? Let us try to understand what is artificial intelligence. Next slide, please. Artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence by software coded heuristics. This is a simple definition of artificial intelligence. Now, let us try to understand what it is. The simulation, yes, please. Previous slide, please. The simulation of human intelligence. Simulation means to artificially enhance something. Okay. So, artificial intelligence artificially enhances human intelligence through what? Through software, coded heuristics. What are heuristics? Heuristics is nothing but the capacity to make quick decisions in a very short span of time. Let me give you an example to make it understand better. So, what is heuristics? A kind of a mental shortcut. Let me give you an example. Suppose we see fire. Immediately, what will be our reaction? We will try to save ourselves without touching it, isn't it? Immediately, as soon as we see fire, we understand that it is danger. It creates pain if we touch it, isn't it? How will we get this idea? Because we have previous knowledge that fire will hurt us. Because we have seen others, maybe, who got hurt by it. Or maybe we heard from our parents that it is something which hurts us. Or maybe as a child, we have touched something with fire like a candle and it burnt us. So, a past experience. So, based on all this data which is stored in our mind, we will immediately understand that fire is something dangerous and we will avoid it, isn't it? So, that is heuristics. Similarly, in AI also, we feed lot of information to the program. And because of all the knowledge that is gathered by that program makes a split second decision based on the data it has previously. So that is why it mimics the human brain. Artificial intelligence mimics how people think, and that is heuristics. Okay, next slide, please. Artificial intelligence refers to computer systems capable of performing complex tasks that historically only a human could do, like reasoning, making decisions, and solving problems. Every human being has the capacity to reason, to think logically, and to make decisions based on that logic, and to solve the problems based on our decision making. Okay, so these are the key skills that a human brain can possess: reasoning, decision making capacity, and problem solving capacity. These three things are found in artificial intelligence. That is why we say that artificial intelligence mimics human brain. It acts like human brain. Okay, next slide. Definition. Again, one more definition. AI helps in the development of tools performing human tasks like speech recognition, making decisions, and recognizing patterns. Now, for these speech recognition, making decisions, and recognizing patterns, we need critical thinking skills. Critical thinking skills are very common to human mind. Even a child, as I told you, when the child sees the fire, immediately it understands that it is something dangerous, it should be avoided. Okay, so that is the uh, recognizing a pattern means they have touched the candle before, they felt the heat, so they know it is dangerous. Now, when they see the candle, immediately they use the past knowledge to recognize the danger in front of them. Okay, so that is recognizing pattern and making decision. And AI also helps in speech recognition. So now we have such advanced skills where we can determine who the speech belongs to, so that we can know whether a recording is a real one or a fake one. It will help in criminal investigations and all such things. Okay, and even for validation, like determining the identity of a person. For all these things, we use AI. Okay, next slide, please. Origin. Now, it is very fascinating to know that AI is not a new concept. Many people feel that AI is a new concept. It started only just a few years back, but it is not so. If we study history very carefully, we can observe that AI started somewhere in 1900s. Okay, very surprising, isn't it? More than 100 years back. So AI first started with Greeks. It is written in one of the Greek texts written by Plato that they have made small objects that can automatically move. It seems one of Plato's friends made a small pigeon, mechanical pigeon, which can fly. Okay. It couldn't fly very far, but he was able to move it across the room. And that was such a great thing in 1900s, isn't it? So that was the first known proof of artificial intelligence. So the bird, with the help of the mechanics inside it, it was able to propel itself in the air. Next automaton is made by Italians, Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci, I am sure all of you know how multi-talented he was. And one of the talents that he had was mechanical skills. So he created a knight, a full man like Robert, which can move around in the room. Okay, a limited movements, but he was able to do it long way back. Okay, and next, Wilkinson's duck. Now, this was made by another European. He made a small duck which can move, which can sing, and which can do small tasks. Okay. And next one was made by Jacques Droz, a Swiss automatons. He made three actually. One which could sing, and another one which can read poetry, and another one which can chant. And next, there was an Englishman called James Cox. He made a silver swan. This swan can fly, okay, and it can also flap its wings to the music, preset music. So these were the first automatons that were made, and the duck, the Swiss automatons, and the silver swan, all these three items can still function. Even after 100 years, they can still function. So they are in good condition even today. Of course, they are in museums. We can see them if we go to Europe. Okay, so this is the origin of AI. It all started in 1900. But serious AI, as we know now, has started from 1950s. Okay, can we have the next slide? What AI can do? Yes, next. AI, common uses of AI. What are the common uses of AI? It can create audio, it can create videos, it can give us sales reports, it can give us business proposals, it can help with branding the things, and it can help in enhancing the images, making them better. It can edit the images. You can take one image from here, put it somewhere else. You can take one face from here. You can take another hand from here. Like that, you can mix and make and a new face. So all these things we can do with AI. We can learn, analyze, speak, translate, and edit languages. We can learning language has become very easy with AI, because right from pronunciation, practice, grammar, everything can be shown visually to people. So, and even audible also is possible. So because of these facilities, it has become increasingly easy to learn languages. And we have seen Google Translate. Whenever you see a page which is not in your own language, you just have to press the button translate, and the whole page translates into another language, isn't it? And that is happening because of AI. So, whether we know it or not, we have been using AI for quite some time. Okay, next, AI also helps in writing codes, in developing new kind of software, and developing websites. Okay, next. Artificial intelligence types. There are two types. Broad categories, there are two, but there are subcategories also. Narrow AI, general AI, strong AI. These three belong to type 1. And reactive machines, limited memory, theory of mind, and self awareness belong to type 2. Now let us understand what these are. Next slide, please. Yeah, types of AI. Let me try to explain briefly what they are. Narrow AI. Narrow AI has a very limited functions. For example, collecting tickets. Suppose you make a robot which can collect or a machine which can collect tickets. So it has limited function of receiving tickets. That's it. It can't do anything else. So whatever one specific job you give to it, whatever it will perform only that much. It can't do more than that. That is narrow AI. Artificial general intelligence. This is very broad. This is similar to human thinking. I told you in the beginning, mimicking the human brain. So it has critical thinking skills, it has problem solving skills, it can make decisions. So all these complex tasks it can do very easily. That is the second type. Third one, artificial super intelligence, beyond human capacity. Beyond human capacity in the sense, it can do something which five people can do together. Okay, for example, if you take a supercomputer, it can make thousands of calculation within the span of 1 minute, isn't it? So that is beyond human capacity. So that is artificial super intelligence. And next one is reactive machine AI. Reactive machine AI has a large scale memory. It can store lot of information and it can give you, it can produce information whenever you ask for it. So it is like a vast encyclopedia archive which contains lot of information which can be stored, which can be distributed and accessed just at the click of the button. Okay. Next is limited AI. Limited AI has also memory, but it is related to only one subject. Suppose you have a medical bank. So it will have only medical knowledge. And you have a bank for language. It has information only on that one language. So it is vast, but at the same time, it is limited to only one subject. Next, theory of mind AI. It is sensing and responding to human emotions. So whenever it is used in medicines to treat patients. So it can understand human emotions and it will respond according to the emotion. Next, self-aware AI. Self-aware AI is very, very powerful. It knows what it is feeling. It knows what others are feeling. Both are there. Self-awareness and awareness of others. So it is almost like a human. Okay, almost. Because it doesn't have real feelings. It has artificial feelings, but it can feel, it can understand, it can predict, and it can respond. So it is almost like a human intelligence. So this is the highest type of AI. Okay, can we have the next slide? What is content development? So the seminar is focusing on e-content. So let us try to understand what is e-content. Next slide, please. Yeah. What is e-content? E, the letter E stands for electronic, electronic content. So what is electronic content? Content that is available electronically. Content that is available electronically. That means content that is available on electronic devices. Okay? So electronic content, which is also known as digital content, this is also another name, digital content, refers to the content or information delivered over network-based electronic devices and that is made available using computer networks such as internet. So whatever content, whatever information that is available to us on internet or other electronic devices like a tablet or a mobile or a laptop. So all this kind of information that is available to us through internet on different electronic devices is called e-content. Okay, next please. Now, what are the different types of e-content? E-content is available on internet, but it is available in many forms. So what are those forms? Those forms are, the first one is e-books, learning games, podcasts, online quiz, animation, videos, PowerPoint presentations, infographics, and chatbots. So what are e-books? Books that are electronically made. Okay, e-books, I'm sure most of you or all of you have encountered them. Nowadays, many people are buying e-books because they cost less than the normal book. And e-books are also ecologically friendly because they don't use paper. So that is why they are broadly distributed. They can be sold at a lesser price and they don't require paper. So it is easy to distribute them to so many people. Okay. Next is learning games. Nowadays we have many games which are used for learning languages, social, science, mathematics, all subjects. Next is podcasts. Podcasts are used in audio form. They are used in audio form and they tell us about different subjects. Some podcasts have interviews, some podcasts give us information, entertainment, both. Next is online quiz. Now we can make an online quiz and distribute it to hundreds and thousands of people very easily through mobile or through email. Next is animation. We all enjoy animation films, especially kids enjoy animation films. And many moral stories, heritage stories, folk stories, all these things can be told with the help of animation. It makes them interesting for the children to learn and it will help them to learn about their culture. And next is videos. We have many motivational videos, educational videos that are available everywhere. The best platform that we know is YouTube. Okay. Next, PowerPoint presentations. Right now, we are using PowerPoint presentation, isn't it? So PowerPoint presentation also can be used as a learning tool and a teaching tool, both ways. And infographics. Infographics are short videos that are made with the focus of information as well as entertainment together. That's why they are called infotainment. Okay, because they provide information as well as entertainment. And next is chatbots. Nowadays, whenever we buy some things or we order things online, the website will have a chatbot, isn't it? Even when we book tickets on Indian Railway app, there is a chat box. That chatbot will ask you what all questions do have regarding booking tickets. So when we open the chatbot, it will give us instructions how we can book the ticket and where we have to pay and what to do if you have some problem with the ticket or if you have some problem with cancellation, refund. So all these questions can be answered by chatbot very easily. So this will help in customer feedback and customer service. So chatbots are mainly used for that. Nowadays, some schools and colleges are also using chatbots to give detailed information and to answer the queries of parents as well as students. Okay, so these are the different types of e-content. Next, please. Developing e-content. How can we develop e-content? E-content is used for different purposes. As I told, they can be used in education, in law, in medicine, in marketing. In different fields, we use e-content. But for this presentation, I am concentrating only on education field because primarily we all belong to education field. So developing e-content for education. That is what my focus is about. So electronic content development involves creating digital educational material that can be accessed by various electronic platforms. When people create digital material and put it on internet, it can be accessed by different people on different platforms. Like it can be accessed through WhatsApp, it can be accessed through email, it can be accessed through different websites. If you have membership on the websites, you can get that information, or it can be accessed through blogs. There are so many ways in which e-content can be made and distributed very easily to large number of people. So what are the features of e-content? E-content should be interactive and engaging. Now, when we see e-content, most of the sites you see, they are very, very attractive. They will try to give you information in a very entertaining way. They won't bore anybody. Okay, they give lot of information in a very attractive package. There will be lot of graphics. There will be lot of animation. There will be question answer sessions, small ones. So like that, there are so many ways in which they engage the audience. They keep the interest of the audience and teach it in a very attractive way. Next is they are very flexible and accessible. Now, e-content is very easy. It is very flexible because anytime you want, you can watch. See, if you go to a class will be held only at a particular time, isn't it? Only during the school hours or the college hours, we have the class. Other times we can't. But when you see e-content, you can have the e-content on Sunday, Monday, morning, evening, whenever you're free, you can have an access to it. So it is accessible as well as flexible. Timings are very flexible in e-content and consistent. See, uh, when we see people teaching or when we listen to live lectures, it is always good. My first preference will be live teaching. But if you are talking about e-content, the one thing advantageous is it is consistent. See, the teacher sometimes she or he may not be well or they may have some problem. So because of that health issue or something, the lesson may not be consistent all the time. We have to admit that because we are human beings and we have different problems, isn't it? So that is why sometimes there may be inconsistent in the quality of the lesson. But when we talk about e-content, it doesn't have any such problems, isn't it? It doesn't have health issues, it doesn't have home problems or whatever. So that is why the quality of e-content is very, very consistent. It is the same all the time. Whether you listen to the morning lecture or the evening lecture, if it is e-content, it will be the same. But if a person is giving the lecture, morning lecture, definitely the person will be very active. And night lecture, they may not be so active. Because after all, we are all human beings. Okay, next is it is trainable. E-content can be used for training because it can be accessed anytime. So you can give the training to a large scale of people. See, if I am giving live training, I will give only to 50 or 60 students. But if I am doing it online, I can train hundreds of people at the same time. Okay, so that way it is trainable. And e-content, making e-content or developing e-content, there are many sites which are offering very good courses. Okay, I have given some like Nishta, Swayam, e-Pathshala and Diksha. You just have to access them on your phone or your laptop or PC. You just have to take the membership and you can directly enroll for this. They will give you home assignments. They will give you final exam. And after the completion of course, they will also give you the certificate for developing e-content. So these courses are designed by the government itself, and there are some other courses that are available on platforms like Coursera. These courses will teach you very detail about the developing of e-content. That will help you to become a good content writer. Okay, next please. Stages of developing e-content. How is e-content developed? Now, when you have the subject of e-content, then the process will start. It will start with planning. Okay. First, you have to take the topic and then you will plan how to write content about the topic. The first thing that a writer should remember is the target audience. To which age group are we writing? Are we writing this content for children or adolescents or adults, professionals, non professionals, or educational background? Whatever differences are there, we have to remember the target audience before we start writing the e-content. And language and difficulty should be based on the type of audience. Okay. Next, research. The writer who is writing the e-content should do vast research. He should go to different books, different sources from which the topic and information on the topic is taken from. And from that research and from that understanding which he has gained from the research, the creation of the content will start. Next step. And after creation, you have to organize it into paragraphs, into different sections, and you should make it ready for presentation. And when you're making it ready for presentation, all this information will be put in multimedia. Means we will add different interactive elements like animation, video, audio, small questions, fill in the blanks, multiple choice questions. So like this, different types of elements, interactive elements are added to this content to make it very attractive and engaging. And after that, it is reviewed. A group of experts will see the e-content and they will text it. They will give it to some students, sample of students, and they will decide how well this has going on. Is it okay? It needs improvement or it doesn't need improvement, or should we enhance it, or should we make the difficulty level less or more? So all these things come in review. And after that, this e-content will be deployed. Deployed means it will be put on the website or on the platform, and then it will be maintained. Means they should see that the version is running properly, that there are no errors in it, and that people are able to access it easily. Okay. And next we will publish and distribute it. So then it will be widely distributed. If it is a success, it will be distributed all over the world. And then finally, people will get feedback. Once they start using the content, the users will give us feedback saying that this is good, this is not good. Please improve this. Please give more information on this. Please explain this more. Like that, you will get lot of feedback. And based on that, you have to change your content. So this is the process that is followed to develop e-content. Okay, next slide, please. Strategies of developing e-content. What are the different strategies of developing e-content? E-content can be developed by gathering information, finalizing of topic, making a strategy, write, optimize, promote your content, review, update, analytics, and reporting. Let us try to understand what these are. First, we have to gather information on the topic. Then we have to finalize. So these are the topics we are taking under this section. And then we have to make a strategy, how we are going to do this. We are going to explain this with the help of the images, with the help of audio, with the help of the video. All these things you have to think. Then you have to write. Then you have to optimize, means you should make it more attractive and engaging. And then you publish it. And then after publishing, you have to advertise it. You have to tell others about its efficacy. And then after that, you have to review. Again, you have to see how the feedback is and you have to update the product. And finally, you will make a report about the how good or bad the e-content is. So this is the process usually all e-content follows. Okay, next one, tools for education, AI tools. Okay, next please. There are so many tools actually. It will be too many and time won't be sufficient if I try to explain all the tools. So I have taken most important tools. I would like to recommend all the readers, all the listeners here to go through these apps in their spare time to know how good they are. Okay. The other tools I will try to explain. I'm just giving this for information. Okay. Next, please. Yeah. So I have taken, since all of us are related to education, I have taken the tools which are important for teachers. There are many tools that are important for other fields also as well. But time won't be sufficient. So I am concentrating only on teaching field. Okay? Yeah. So what are the AI tools for teachers? The first one is Audio Pen. Audio Pen is a very easy tool. You just have to take this pen and speak into it. Now, when you speak, it will translate the speech into text. We can find it even in our browsers, isn't it? We just have to connect it to the browser. You speak and it will type. There are browsers where we can just press a button and it will read what is there in the text. It can be used for visually impaired people because it will read out the text that is there on the screen. So similarly, this one, it will translate your speech into text. So teachers can use it to write their notes. Okay, instead of writing it physically, you can just make an audio notes and that will be immediately converted into text notes, which can be distributed to the students. Okay. Next is Canva Magic Write. It can be used for creating presentations. It has lot of options. You can put audio, video, you can put different effects for the slides. You can make them more attractive and engaging. So you can use that. Next is QueryPod. QueryPod can be used for poll questions. Children love poll questions. I have observed this many times. If you make a poll and ask them to vote for it, immediately they will vote. Okay. So like that, we can share many questions with the students and ask them to take the poll as a kind of a classroom activity as well as homework activity also. Okay. And we can create designs, we can create quiz. So all these can be made from QueryPod. And next is EduAid. EduAid gives us lessons. It can, if you give a topic to it, it will immediately prepare a lesson for it. Okay. And it has also a chatbot. You can explain the lesson and put it on a chatbot. Now, when you put it on a chatbot, whenever the student gets a doubt, the student types the doubt and the chatbot will answer the doubt. So, some students may be very shy to ask in the class. So, they can have their doubts clarified with the help of chatbot. So, even from home, they can access this and they can get their doubts clarified. Okay. Next is assessment feedback. AI can be used for paper grading. If you give it rubrics, it will read the paper and it will grade it. And it can be also used for feedback. You can give personal feedback to each student. See, if we are handling a class of 60 students, we can't write feedback to all 60 people, isn't it? It's difficult. But AI can do it. Immediately after grading, it can give personal feedback. It can say, see, this is where you wrote wrong. you should improve in grammar, you should improve in spelling, you should improve in your presentation, you should improve in your language. So like that, it can give personal feedback to each student. Next is quizzes. The name itself tells us it can make quiz. You can make different kinds of quiz with it. Next, SlideSco. SlideSco can be used for making presentations. Now, when you say the text, it will immediately create a PPT slide based on that. It is so easy. So all you have to do is you have, so suppose I am making this present slide. I just have to open the slide, say the words, and it will be typed on the screen, on the slide. So that is for slides go. And next, finally, Grammarly. Grammarly is AI which I recommend very widely to many of my students to improve grammar. So whenever they write something, I tell them you put it in Grammarly and see how many mistakes you are making. Slowly you learn how to avoid them. What are the areas on which you have to concentrate to improve your grammar? This has helped my colleagues also. I have recommended it to some of my colleagues who are writing papers for journals. So as scholarly journals, thesis, like that. So it will tell you what are the weak areas of your grammar and how you can improve them. It will give you suggestions also, and it will point out where you are writing mistakes. So that way also AI can help teachers, okay, as well as students. Okay, next. Yeah. Most of the AI, unfortunately, is very costly. You can't buy it personally. Okay. All the advanced features of AI are very costly. But the good news is the tasks which we teachers have are very simple. Okay. So for these simple tasks, there are many free tools that are available. And we can all make use of these free tools to create wonderful e-content. So I am just highlighting the free tools here so that it will be easy for teaching community to learn about them and to use them in our classes. Okay, so let us see. The first thing is Microsoft Copilot. Now this software, all these softwares are free. The first one, Copilot, will help us in framing questions and giving answers. Both answer question mode, you can take any topic, it will create questions and answers for you. Okay, next is Perplexity. In Perplexity, you have the topic, question, answer, and also the source from where you can get the information, that particular book, that particular chapter. So like that, very vast and very understandable and very easily to understand. Like that, it gives us the information. Now next is Adobe Firefly. Adobe Firefly tells us how to create images. Okay. When you give it a text, when you type a text, suppose you say you type peacock, it will show you the image of peacock. So like that, it will be easy for the teacher to show what she is trying to explain. Sometimes when we explain things which belong to other cultures, suppose I am explaining a poem written by an Englishman who is speaking about some English flower. Now that English flower is not found in India, isn't it? So the student may not understand how the flower looks. But if you have this AI, Firefly, and you write the name of the flower, immediately the picture of the flower is shown so that the student can see and understand immediately, oh, this is how this flower looks. Oh, this is how the place looks. This is how the concept looks. So like that, it will give a visual representation of your words. So that will help the student a lot. Next is Magic School. Magic School helps in planning lessons, how to plan the lesson, how much time you have to give to each part of the lesson, and finally grading also. It can grade student papers. And next, antimatter sorcerer. Now this wonderful AI tool, it helps in classroom discussions. So if you give a topic and if you want to conduct a group discussion, you can use this software. Everybody will write different points on it, and immediately the AI will correct them. It will say, yeah, this is what is correct, this is wrong, this is related to the subject, this is not related to the subject. And it will also give additional information to the student about the topic. So it's a very good AI tool. And next is Khanmigo. Khanmigo is developed in India by Khan Academy. Okay, one of the education platforms that are popular nowadays. It helps in debates. So if you just choose a topic, debate topic, and take that chatbot, you start typing one view, immediately in the debate, the opposite view is presented to you. And then you write one more view and it will present the opposite view in the debate. So like that you can practice. It will be like a debate partner. So instead of having a room full of people competing in debate, for private practice, you can use Khanmigo. Okay. And next, question well. Question well can frame so many questions on a single topic. So teachers can use them to give assignments on a topic. Okay. And the last one is Conquer. Conquer tries to give us, you just have to give a topic to it. Immediately it will make multiple choice questions, fill in the blanks, short questions. Now these are the questions which we give in question papers, isn't it? So all these papers, all these types of questions immediately created by the software. Okay. So I thought that these things, free tools, are very, very easy and very, very necessary for all the teachers to help in their day-to-day tasks. So as teachers, we can make good use of these tools to create and circulate e-content. Okay? Next slide, please. Advantages of AI. Using AI has lot of advantages. The first one is personalization. As I told earlier, we can give personal feedback to everybody. Okay. It can be used collaboratively. Means as a team, we can use it. We can use it with fellow teachers. Okay. And it is cost effective. It costs less. Once you install it, installation will be pricey, a little expensive. But once you have installed it, you can use it for multiple batches of people. So that way it will become very less expensive. Okay. Next, self-paced. The student can learn according to his level of intelligence. Some students need more practice. Some students can understand in just 1 or 2 lessons. Some students need more practice. They need 5, 6, 7 times of revision. So for that, AI can be used. Regular updates. Whenever you want to add new content, you can easily add it to the website. Immediately the students will learn it. Scalability. Scalability means you can use this e-content for 1 student, to 100 students, to 1000 students, or 1 lakh students. So you can scale it according to the number of the people. Next, easy to track progress. See, in a class, maximum we can monitor 50, 60 students, isn't it? But if it is e-content, we can monitor the progress of each and every student. Even if there are 1000 students, no problem. Because each student's report will be given separately to the teacher. So the teacher can see how many students are in the first grade, how many students are in the next grades, how many students are in the last grade. So depending on that, this teacher can concentrate on students who are not performing well. Okay. And it's easy to train. As I told, you can train large scale students through AI. It saves time. Yeah, the same lesson we have to repeat in so many classes, isn't it? Suppose if we have sections in our school or college, same lesson you have to teach 3 or 5 times. Okay. That is not necessary in AI because you can take all 5 sections at a time and teach them only once. So AI helps with that. And it is eco-friendly. Why is it eco-friendly? Because it doesn't use paper. Paper is from trees, cutting down trees, isn't it? And trees are so important for the production of oxygen. So it will save lots of paper and it will help and preserve trees. And easy assessment. Assessment is very easy when we do AI because, as I told, it happens very quickly, it can correct very quickly, and it can give individual feedback to all students. Okay, next please. So whenever there are advantages, definitely there will be disadvantages also, isn't it? So what are the disadvantages of AI? AI has very few disadvantages. First one is bias. What is bias? Suppose a teacher has an inclination or some kind of misunderstanding about the topic. Okay. And that teacher writes the program for the AI. What happens? The same misinformation will be passed on to all the students who use the software. Okay. So the writer of the program, the writer of the content should be without bias. Otherwise, AI can become biased. So e-content should be written by experts, not just by anybody. Okay. Next is extra privacy and security. Now, lessons sometimes should be given collaboratively. I'm sure all of you agree, isn't it? Sometimes we observe that students learn better in a group rather than one on one. For some kinds of topics, you need one on one interaction. But for some kinds of topics, you need a group to learn. Okay. So that is why AI gives too much of privacy. Because in AI, we are learning only one on one. There are no peer group, isn't it? And when there is no peer group, when there are no others, students, to share their knowledge with you, it becomes difficult. Okay. And next, reduce human interaction. See, people, we are social animals, isn't it? We need people around us. So when we are learning with AI, human interaction will become less. Already we are watching because of mobiles, people are speaking less directly. They are speaking more on phone, isn't it? So that will become even more when you start using AI for education. Next, unemployment. Yeah, this is also a serious problem because for teaching, suppose you need 3 teachers for a class. Okay. And if you start using AI, you can teach 5 sections together at a time, isn't it? So you don't need 5 teachers, you need only one teacher. So that will create major unemployment problem. And next, technology over dependence. So if we start using AI, like I told, there are other AI platforms which will give you questions, which will give you multiple choice, which will make images. So if you start using all these things, what will happen? You will forget how to make fill in the blanks, how to make multiple choice, how to make, isn't it? It can reduce our burden, certainly, yes, but it should not kill our creativity. We should always have the creativity to do things on our own. So, over dependence on technology sometimes kills creativity. Okay. And next is increased cost. Installation of AI, as I told, is very expensive. So it could be sometimes difficult for some institutions to provide so much of money. Next is ethical issues. Yeah, this is the biggest problem of AI. When you start using AI, if the students or teachers use AI without proper ethics, what will happen? There will be large scale of cheating. Students will cheat left and right. They will write answers just from AI without thinking, without making any effort. That will be such a loss to the student as well as the teacher as well as institution, isn't it? So there are some problems, ethical issues like that, and technical difficulties. So if there is no proper internet, the lesson can't happen. So there can be technical difficulties. There will be lack of personalized feedback. This I don't agree completely. To some extent, it is there. But one point I can say that when a teacher takes the student into confidence, makes him sit next to her and explain something and give some feedback, the student will receive it very nicely. If you just send a message saying you are lacking in this, you should improve this, the student may not pay so much of attention. As I told, we are human beings, we are social animals. We need people to tell us. We need that emotional connection. And that is not possible in AI. That is a big disadvantage of AI. And accessibility concerns. AI can be used only in those institutions where there is AI. At present, AI is very costly, so all students can't have AI, isn't it? All teachers can't have AI. So, in a country like India, which has such a huge population and which has so many students that are almost in the borders of poverty line or below poverty line, it is very difficult to have AI on a large scale. So, we have to think very realistically. We can use AI to some extent, but we can't make everything AI. Okay. Yeah. Next one. Conclusion. So, I would like to conclude the topic by saying that AI has a bright future. AI is going to be our future, whether we like it or not, or whether we welcome it or not, it is going to be a part of our lives. Just like mobile phone, just like all the other gadgets that we are using, AI is going to stay. It can't be removed. We have to understand that we have to make peace with that. Now, we can use AI in gamification. Gamification is nothing but making leaderboards, making a community of readers or a community of learners who use competition to learn something. So, you can use gamification in your class also. So you can create a learning group in the class. You can give them 1, 2, 3, 4 like that positions, and you can give them points. You can give them streaks, and it will encourage them. It will motivate them to learn better. So gamification is going to happen on a large scale, definitely in future because of AI. One best example is Duolingo. I think all of you have heard of Duolingo. It helps to learn languages free of cost. You just have to install it on your phone and it will give you exercises that are interactive. It has it gamification. It will create a competition, it will create a group of learners and you will learn with them. It's a very interesting thing. I am telling this so much because I have started using this 2 years back and I'm able to learn so many new languages because of that. So gamification really helps. As a personal user, I recommend gamification. Next, immersive learning. Immersive learning means you will be a part of that learning. Suppose you are learning about human digestive system. the whole digestive system will be in front of you on three-dimensional screen. So you can see the digestion system, you can go inside it, you can see what are the parts are there, how it functions, you can ask questions, it will give answers. So it is as if you are inside the body and seeing the digestive system, isn't it? It is so real in experience. So such learning is called immersive learning. Interactive learning, you ask a question, it will give you answer. So that is interactive learning. Micro learning. Micro learning means taking a big topic and making it into small bite-sized contents. So suppose I am taking Indian history. So very short topic, I'll take Mughal era or Guptas or Ashoka, like that, Mauryans. Like that, I'll take a small topic from that and make a small lesson on that. So the best example for micro learning can be found in an academy. They have lot of lessons for IAS training. So for all these things, you can use AI. And next, social learning. Social learning is nothing but learning as a group. The whole group of people, they will exchange ideas on the subject. Duolingo also uses social learning. Whenever we have a doubt, we can post it on the group. The group contains native speakers of that language, and they will tell this is how our language is working, this is what the answer is, and this is how it has evolved. This is the cultural background behind that word. It is so interesting to know all these things from native speakers. We can't go to that country and learn, right? So you can do it with the help of the platform. So that is social learning, helping one another. And next is video based learning. Video based learning, mostly people use it for net exams, other competitive exams. They have so many lectures that come as a series of videos. You have so many on internet. Okay. So they will teach you different topics through different videos, and at the end of the video there will be a set of questions. You have to answer all of them. So this is what the future, already this is happening, but it will be more in volume in future because AI is going to stay here. So with all these aspects in mind, we can say that AI is going to be the future of our education. Okay, next please. Artificial intelligence will have a more profound impact on humanity than fire, electricity, and internet. Fire was the first invention that shook the world. Okay. Then came electricity and changed the world. Then came internet and which transformed the world. So next is AI, which will take the world to its greatest heights. Okay. This is said by none other than Sundar Pichai. Yeah. Next. Success in creating AI would be the biggest event in human history. Unfortunately, it might also be the last unless we learn how to avoid the risk. This warning is given by one of the greatest minds of this century, Stephen Hawking. He also agreed that AI is going to be the future of the world, but he wanted us to know the risks of AI and use it intelligently. So, artificial intelligence should not diminish our intelligence. We should always be the one who controls the artificial intelligence and not be controlled by it. So, we have to avoid the risks to become successful AI users. So, this is my presentation for today. Thank you very much for being patient audience. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.